Hi there, this is Tropical Hideaways channel. Thank you so much for watching my tropical relaxing videos. Today I would like to show you a different perspective of my channel by presenting how I make those relaxing videos. This time specifically focusing on how I made a recently published 360 VR video of Inantara Kihavah Maldives underwater restaurant, sea. This behind-the-scenes video will show you from recording the scenes on the site to the whole post-production and music production process. I hope you will get the idea of how my tropical relaxation videos are produced. I will present the whole process in 7 sections. Namely, recording, import and stitch, denoise, erase tripod, slow motion effect, music production and final assembly. Let's jump in. Starting with how I recorded 360 videos on the locations. For the Inantara trip, I brought Insta360 Pro 2 VR camera along with Sony Alpha 1 and Alpha 7's 3. This camera can capture scenes at 8K 60 frames per second at maximum. But, in the underwater setting, I had no choice but to use HDR mode, which only allows me to shoot at 8K 30 frames per second. After recording is done, and back to my studio, the first thing I do is stitching videos. This camera captures panoramic scenes with 6 lenses. Each lens records data into each SD card. So, including the master SD card, the camera has 7 SD cards in total. Take out those 7 SD cards and insert them into the SD card reader. Then start up the dedicated software called Insta360 Stitcher. This software is designed solely for Insta360 Pro cameras. Using this software, I can transfer data stored in each SD card into the local drive in a structured manner. Once importing data is done, now I can start the stitching process. Let's take this file for example. When stitching, I am always careful about this zenith optimization turning on, which can reduce skewing issues on the top and bottom of footages. Select 8K for export resolution and hit the export button. It will take some time to export even though this clip is only 48 seconds long. After a while, stitching is done and let's see the result. Nicely stitched without skews on the top and bottom of the footage. However, there are 2 big visible issues, noise and tripod legs. Both issues make VR experiences less immersive and poor. So, now I move on to the next section, noise reduction and tripod erase. As for noise reduction, I mainly use 2 methods depending on the situation. This time, I tried the first method using Neat Video's noise reduction plugin in Premiere Pro. Open Premiere Pro and insert the clip, then apply the plugin to it. Then I selected the noisiest part of the clip to build a noise profile so that the plugin can handle the noise reduction process properly. Back to the editing window and check the effect, then go to the export window and do some setting. Confirm export resolution at 7860 and 3840, and 29.97 fps. And hardware encoding, and change tier from main to high, which allows higher bitrate export. This time, I export the clip with target bitrate at 200 megabits per second. Video is VR, not yet checked as this clip goes through some more post-edit process. Hit the export button and wait for a while. This is the result. Noises are nicely removed and footage looks much clearer. Actually, I tried another noise reduction method with AI software. This software also gave me almost identical noise reduction results. Move on to the next step, removing the tripod from the scene. In this process, I use Premiere Pro and Affinity Photo. Insert noise-reduced footage into Premiere Pro and take one frame from the clip and export. Then put this frame into Affinity Photo. From the Layer tab, choose Live Projection and Equirectangular Projection, which allows me to see the photo as VR projection. Set the angle to the bottom so you can see the tripod legs. In order to erase the tripod legs, I often use an inpainting brush tool. Brushing the part of the tripod I want to erase, then the software automatically processes. The quality of results varies from time to time, so I needed to try a few times. After a few attempts, I was satisfied with the result, then put a mask on it and applied a gradient tool. Hit the export button with the PNG file selected, and insert this exported file back into Premiere Pro. Like magic, the tripod legs are gone. Now the noise and tripod issues are solved, but I still feel the speed of the footage is somewhat fast for relaxing video. So, I need to slow down the video speed. Since this footage is recorded at 30 frames per second, simply slowing down the video speed gives a non-smooth feel and not nice. To achieve slowing down and keeping smoothness same time, I tried a few methods. One is using AI software and the other is utilizing optical flow in video editing softwares. Let's see the first method, using an AI tool called Topaz Video Enhance AI. This one was also used for denoising footage previously as the second method. Open the software and import the denoised clip, and then choose an AI model to smoothly slow down the video speed. This time, I use Chrono's Slow-Mo to slow down the video at 200%, which means the video plays at half the original speed. While this method is very powerful, there is a catch. It takes tons of time to process. Like this, it takes 2.5 seconds for each frame. I have many other clips to be processed, so the total processing time would be immense and the delivery time will be delayed. For example, I have a 10-minute long clip for the underwater restaurant video. It has 18,000 frames. Applying this processing speed gives 12.5 hours of total processing time. It can easily go to 20 hours depending on the PC specs. I actually used this lengthy method for half of the clips used in the final video, but changed to the second method for the other half to save time. The second method is to use the optical flow tool in video editing softwares. This time, I use DaVinci Resolve Studio 17 as it seems that DaVinci is utilizing GPU more than Premiere Pro, resulting in faster rendering. First, open DaVinci Resolve Studio 17 and insert the denoised clip. Make sure to select the proper resolution and frames per second at project settings. At the Edit tab, click the clip and choose Retime Control. Change the speed from 100% to 50%. Then, go to the Retime and Scaling tab on the top right, select Optical Flow and Standard Better. Go to the Deliver tab for the export setting. Choose H.265 and set bitrate to 200,000 kilobits, then hit the Add to Render queue, then render. As it shows, rendering estimation time is only 2 minutes and 40 seconds to process the 48 seconds clip. It is much faster than the AI method. But this method has a catch as well. It won't give nice results when footage movement is quick and fast. This time, all the fish are moving rather slowly, so optical flow works quite well. I repeated this process for each clip used in the final video. Now move on to the music production part. For music production, I mainly use Cubase 10.5 digital audio workstation and a few plugins. And Cubase is connected to the Korg MIDI keyboard, which I use for making melodies. Take an example from the first music used in the Kihavah underwater restaurant VR movie. I specifically made 5 music pieces for this movie, with an underwater relaxing feel in mind. To make the first music track, I started with chord progressions, which I always do. Tempo is around 70 to 90 BPM, which are common in chill-out relaxing music. For this track, I set it at 75 BPM. Chill-out music, including lounge-style music, often use 9th and 11th chords, as these chords give jazzy and relaxing feels, so I often use them as well. The key for this track is F minor and main chord progression as F minor 9th, B flat minor 9th, D flat major 9th, C minor 7th, B flat minor 9th, F 7th sus 2, and A flat major 7th. Once the key and chord progression is set, I usually bring pad and beats together so that I can play improvisation on top of them. For making melody, this time I use Soft Piano VST from Spitfire Labs, which gives nice soft soothing piano sounds. Plus, I apply a reverb plugin called Valhalla Supermassive to this soft piano. This combination is a must for my relaxing music production. Then using the VPS Avenger plugin for chill-out beats, choosing a nice relaxing drum set that matches my specific music image. While playing pad and chill-out beats, I play improvisation to make theme and melodies. This time, I play around F minor scale to get a nice relaxing feel. After many attempts, I finally got some bass melodies. From here, I refined melodies to get the best outcome. Once chord progression, beats and melodies are set, I move on to populating the music piece. This time I added bass, a wobble pad, plucks, toms and so on. When populating the piece is done, the next step is optimizing EQ and volume balance of each instrument. Not too loud, not too quiet. I need to take a cautious approach as volume balance has a significant impact on listeners' experience. When I adjust EQ and volume balance, I use the iZotope Neutron plugin, as built-in AI is very helpful for mixing tracks. Also, I use iZotope's AI plugin Ozone 9 for mastering the track, as built-in presets are very useful, and keep me efficient and productive. Mastering is done. Now put these music tracks into Premiere Pro for final assembly. Since most is done at pre-assembly phases, the only thing I do at this point is to make sure footage's colors and music volumes are okay. Plus, since this is a 360 VR video, I want to set the default angle for each clip so that viewers can get the best ones when the clip changes. In order to make a specific angle default, I need to apply a VR projection effect to each clip. Choose a nice angle I want to show to the audience and set this angle as default. After the order of clips and music are set, I apply a dissolve effect to each clip to make a smooth transition. Everything looks okay, then go to the Export tab for final export. Set the codec to H.265, and resolution at 7680 and 3840. Also, check Render at maximum depth, and use maximum render quality. And most importantly, video is VR. Audio sample rate is set at 44,100 Hz, which YouTube recommends. Now all set, and hit the export button. Wait for the export and check the video. If there are no issues, I upload it to YouTube. Thank you for watching a bit lengthy video. but I hope now you get an idea of how I make those tropical relaxing videos. Many more videos are on the way, so please wait for that.